girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. So I've got in another San Martin. This is their GMT. I saw this watch and I was like, I need to look at this watch. It looked wicked. Got the Hangzhou 6460 movement, I believe. Not a cheap movement, quite an expensive GMT movement to get your hands on, because it's a good movement. This is the model number for this. I've written it down because they seem to be getting longer. They're almost turning into sort of like Tissot model numbers here. So it's the SN0005-GMT-2. GMT2, we kind of know what they're leaning towards there, as it does seem to be a Rolex GMT Master 2 Homage. I know we shouldn't be saying these things, but I said Homage as well. For all intents and purposes, San Martin at the moment, they've been good for the last couple of years really, but the finishing they're offering and stuff at the moment, they're just pushing the boundaries to what I personally thought was possible for the price. Are they being held back by being on AliExpress? Some may think so, but either way, they make a cracking watch, and they've started to sort of offer watches sort of different prices, which is pretty cool. So that they are quite expensive, some of them, and they also some that are a little bit more modest in price. So, but this one looks the business. Couldn't wait to get my hands on it. Will it be for you though? Because this is the most important thing. That's why you're watching the video. So hopefully by the end of the video, you'll know if it's for you. So I'll stop going on. Thank you for tuning back in. And with that being said, let's get the camera turned around and get on with it. Hi guys and girls, so this is the watch. Slightly different packaging this time from San Martin. Same in general, just in black this time. As you do normally, you unscrew the top. It is all plastic. I've said before, I do quite like the package. I like the fact they've gone for a bit of thought. And there's the San Martin GMT. Model number SN0005-GMT-2, or just, I really don't know oftentimes what to make of these model numbers anymore, and they changed them and they make them shorter, but that's what I found on the website, and it looks like a cracking watch, I'm not going to lie. Let me just pop it to the side quickly, excuse me, I just banged my camera. Put that over there for a second. In the inner, you've got this, the watch comes on itself. I don't always have the best luck getting these open, but I'm getting better at it. Inside, I've taken 2 links out for it to fit my wrist, QR code, warranty card, all signed, which they're known for, and a user manual. Inside the box itself, you can see that it's got a hang tag, screwdriver, watch removal tool, and as I said, 2 links that I've taken out. Use screw pins, and yeah, that's the stuff that comes inside the box. Let me get it all put back away so we can concentrate on the watch itself. As much as I say I like their packaging, I'm not too bothered. Most of the time, I just want to really get my hands on the watch. Really, that's what I'm more interested in, as I'm sure is the case with you guys. So that's the watch. I think you'll agree it's a beautiful piece. I like the sort of yellow gold sort of numerals and elements in terms of on the dial, in terms of the lume and the hands, and I think it's done really well. I do like, as time goes on, I'm really liking the sort of retro vibe that San Martin are doing. I've owned a few watches now with that sort of vibe, and it tends to be sort of one that really hits the spot with me. But anyway, before I go off on a tangent, let's go through with all the details of the watch. So the model number for this is the SN0005-GMT-2. Inside, it's run an automatic Hangzhou movement. Given how you take the case back off, I've not been able to get the case back off, but I'll find a picture and leave some information up about the movement. Hopefully another time when I get a Hangzhou movement in, or I'm able to buy the removal tool for this, because I've had nightmares getting those ones off before. But yeah, 6460 movement. It's a GMT movement, and a lot of people do rave about it as being a very good GMT movement at that. So yeah, you'll see some information about that now. The case material and construction of the watch generally, aside from the bezel insert and the crystal, is 316L stainless steel. So that's the rest of the bezel, case, crown, case back, solid end links, bracelet, and fully milled clasp, all 316L stainless steel. The case thickness of this watch is 13.5 millimeters. The case diameter, you've got to omit this bezel because it does overhang slightly. The case diameter is 40.2 millimeters, and the case diameter, including the crown, was coming in at 43.8 millimeters. So a little bit of a difference, but like I said, you've got to try and measure it without the crown. With the crown, it was like a mil bigger. The lug width on this is 20. That does taper down to 16 and back up to 18 millimeters at that fully milled clasp, a clasp that I actually really like. And the lug to lug, tip to tip is measuring in at 48.7 millimeters, but that does protrude ever so slightly, or maybe a bit more than slightly, at 51.3 millimeters. But it does have quite a big downturn at the lugs, as you'll see, so it does wear nicely for it. It doesn't wear really big, or the length of it doesn't feel too bad for it. The case back is stainless steel, sterile, very much in keeping with the watch. It's probably homaging. I say probably, we probably know that's not just a probably, that's pretty certain. Like I said, I do struggle open these because I haven't got the tool to do it. The bezel on this is a 24 click bi-directional bezel, as it is a GMT, and it is sapphire. It has got a sapphire insert on it, and it's quite easy to engage. There's enough of a coin edge on it to make it easy to grab hold of, and you can turn it both ways, and the clicks are very nice, very satisfying. It all lines up nicely, no issues whatsoever, no bounce, no back play, a good solid bezel which you'd expect from San Martin. The crown is situated at the 3 o'clock and it is signed, as you'll make out there. And so the bracelet and the watch itself, let's talk about the finishing. So it is brushed on the sides and the top. There is a polished faceted edge that goes through the length of the case. The bracelet is polished in the 3 center links, and the outer links are brushed, polished at the sides, and it has got screw pins keeping it all together. The back is brushed, so predominantly this watch is brushed. You've got the San Martin fully milled clasp, double safety pushers, brushed at the top, brushed at the sides, faceted edge, sort of consistent with the rest of the watch, and as I said, double safety pushers to open it. The crystal covering the dial is sapphire crystal to go in line with the bezel, but both are sapphire crystal because I tested them. And the water resistance for the eagle-eyed of you is situated at the 6 o'clock. It is 200 meters, so that would give you 20 atmospheres of water resistance, and the weight will appear in the top right hand corner. It's just over 142 grams with 2 links out. With those 2 links back in, it's almost probably in and around 150 grams, which is probably about bang on for the watch. But let's have a look at the dial now, guys, in a bit more detail. So what you have is a minute track going around the outer edge. Inside that, let me just give it a quick wipe. Sorry, guys. It is quite clammy here in London at the moment, quite warm. I've been trying to leave the fan off because I don't want it to you don't want you to hear the background noise. So I'm trying to brave it. But yeah, you've got a minute track going around the outer edge. Inside that, nothing's been applied. It is all just Lume, just added to the dial. You've got an inverted triangle at the 12 o'clock. Rectangular Lume at the 3, 6 and 9, and circular everywhere else. You've got GMT printed onto the dial, and just in red, an automatic 200 meters equals 660 feet. And just below the inverted triangle, your San Martin also printed on to the dial. So like I said, nothing's been applied, all printed onto the dial, but I think it's been done really well, to be honest. I like the yellow sort of colour they've used, as I've said already. Let's have a look at the Lume quickly, guys. The Lume on this was sensational. On the bezel, in the hands and indices, and everywhere else, it's just, they've done a fantastic job. As you'll see, the blue and red shine on the bezel. I don't think that's, I think that's just because it's so bright, so I think that's why it brightens up. But let's have a look at the movement in it as well. So let me undo the crown. We take it all the way out. If you take it out to the second position, it will hack. You put it back in, you can hand wind it. If you take it out to the first position, you can move the GMT hand to wherever you want. I'm trying to keep it in and around, let's just say here for now. I'll leave it on 4 o'clock for now. I think that's a good place. But yeah, you can change the GMT, so you can set up another time zone. But yeah, that's the dial, that's the movement. Matte black dial, but I think it looks really nice with the yellow sort of gilt they've gone for, and the hands and indices. And the GMT hand with the red writing on the dial, along with the sort of Pepsi styley bezel, is really cool. I think it really works. But let me just pop it on the wrist quickly, guys, give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. My wrist is just above a 7-inch wrist for your reference, and as you saw at the start, I took 2 links out. I have used 2 levels of micro adjustment. If I could just get that on camera. Yep, and that's what it looks like on me. I think this is a beautiful piece, and I've already made space for it in my collection, so it tells you a little bit before we get into the pants and Pukka. But again, let me just give it a quick wipe, guys. As I said, very warm. I'm going to say my recording studio, but it's my garage. Let's keep it real. But yeah, that'll take me on now to what I think is pants and Pukka about to watch. As I always do, I always start with pants. I like to go on a high with Pukka. So what I think is pants. Not a lot for pants actually. Really like this watch. The only thing I would mention, if I must, is the bracelet length. I took 2 links out, and I've used 2 levels of micro adjustment, but that still would probably be 3 links. And I just think if you've got my wrist is just about an average wrist size. If you've got a slightly bigger wrist, you're going to struggle for this to fit. So I think it could do with a couple more links, San Martin. But yeah, that's all I've got really. So the bracelet length for pants. What I think is Pukka. I love the hands, the gold, the finishing on it. I'm hoping you'd see at the start was done impeccably, well finished, high polished. The hands, and I like the red for GMT obviously, and the red elements. The bezel, sapphire crystal, nice lume on it, nice clicks, no bounce, no back play, fantastic. The movement, the Hangzhou 6460 movement gets a lot of love in terms of a GMT automatic movement. The bracelet, I really like the bracelet on this, Jubilee style. So yeah, they're homaging the Jubilee bracelet on here, and yeah, looks very, very nice. The clasp, I've mentioned it many times. I think they're starting to settle on this style of clasp, just in different sizes, and I can definitely see why. Really nice. And the final one, which probably won't surprise anyone, is the fit and finish. Let me give it one more wipe, guys. I do apologize. The fit and finish on this watch is sensational. The brushing, polishing, how everything comes together is just getting better and better from San Martin. So yeah, the fit and finish are what I think is Pukka as well. So just to surmise what I think is Pukka is, I'll go with the hands, the bezel, the movement, the bracelet, the clasp, and the fit and finish. And would I recommend the watch? No, yeah, of course I would. It's, again, San Martin are just getting better and better, and I own quite a few now, so a lot of them tend to stay in my collection. And again, this is another one that will be. So yeah, guys and girls, let me know what you think about this watch, and maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as always say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and always watch your time. Take care, guys. All the very best.